Peace and love, Divine. How is everyone doing today? So, I'm going to talk to you about spirituality and my journey. My journey happened about 13 or so years ago, and there was a lot of information out there. You just had to decide which way to go. And for me, my sister is the one that helped me. I just didn't fit into the church thing anymore. I wasn't, as they say, being fed. I wasn't growing. All the messages sound the same. There was nothing new. And I know it was just time for me to leave. It was just that point in my journey where I needed to go ahead and do spirituality. And so I was talking to my sister about it. She was out of the church almost all her life after she was old enough. And so I was talking to her about it, and she led me down a rabbit hole. And I was so amazed at the stuff that I was learning that I kept following that rabbit hole down to another rabbit hole and then another rabbit hole. And I mean, I had information coming to me from here and there, and then me and her would talk about stuff, and it was just coming from all over. And I got really consumed. And so what I had to do is I had to just shut everything down. And I had to take some time and I had to process everything and decide which rabbit hole I was going to route I was going to take. And at the same time, someone introduced me to, how did I find out about that? A book called Black Roots Science. And so I read that book, and that was the rabbit hole that I went down. Very good read, very good read. And he taught a lot. In the beginning, he talks a lot about the atmosphere and the distance between stars and all that kind of stuff. But he also just taught a whole bunch about what's going on and and he answers questions in the books and all kinds of things. A very good rule, Black Root Science. You can get it on the internet, PDF, or you can hit him up. I guess it's blackrootscience.com and order his book, something like that. But that was the rabbit hole that I went down, and that's the rabbit hole that sustained me. I was so intrigued with the book. I told all of my children about it, and every last one of them read the book. And even to this day, I still pull things, remember things, and do it. But everyone's spirituality route is different. You have to decide for yourself how, when you get out of that matrix, and understand, when I say out of the matrix, no one is ever completely out of the matrix. If we paying car insurance and we still paying house note and all that kind of stuff, we're still in the matrix. So a lot of us are still in the matrix, but they just don't consume our mind. They don't get every bit of our energy. When you're in the matrix, they just absorb all of your energy because you're always tired. You're going like a robot, this and that. But when you start leaning towards spirituality, things in your life are just different and just change, and you see things different. Everything they taught you was a lie, is a lie. Everything. If that's the color purple, is probably yellow. Everything is a lie. Everything. So it's at some point in your life that you have to decide that things need to change. Figure out what route of spirituality you're going to get. There's a lot of people on the internet, and you have to decide which one resonates with you, which one feels good into your heart. See, Black Root Science felt so good into my heart. It just resonated with me so well. And so that was the route that I had. But everyone gets to choose which route. They all lead back to the same thing. Guess what they lead back to? Every spirituality route that is true will lead right back to you, right back to your higher self, right back to the Most High. And that's what it's all about. Going back inside of you and making the changes and the adjustments within you that get you out of the matrix, like stop worrying, stop complaining, being nice, listening to your heart or your discernment. just not letting things happen and be the way they have been all your life, doing things differently and getting better results, but changing the person who you are for you and nobody else. And just be kind and gentle to yourself. It's nothing, there's no race. There is absolutely no race. That's up to you how much you want to learn and how fast you want to get onto into spirituality. But there's no race and there's no time limit. Everything is up to you. But at some point, you have to decide that those are the things that you need to do to become a better you. Peace and love.